going on, you guys? Jess here from Original Ink by Jess. I work as an office assistant and volleyball coach in Arizona. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how I like to budget. So let's get into it. Alright, you guys, before I get started on how I like to budget, I just wanted to give you a background about myself a little bit so you kind of get an understanding of why I budget the way I do. So I am 23 years old. I do live in Arizona. I am a volleyball coach and an office assistant at a local middle school. I do live with my boyfriend of 3 years in a one-bedroom apartment. I do have a car. Her name is Pepper, and she is a 2017 Chevy Sonic, and I do have a car payment on her. I'm hoping to pay it off very soon, and that's about it on a little background for me. Also, I don't have any kids yet, but hoping to plan for the future for that. But other than that, I'm just responsible for myself, and then also whatever my boyfriend and I decide to do together. Now that you know a little bit about me, I also forgot to mention I am a card spender. So I do have another video on my channel that explains different types of budgeting methods if you want to go check that out. It's a really great video, if I do say so myself. But I am a card spender. I spend everything with my credit cards, and that's just how I like to do it. I didn't initially, when I started my budgeting journey, I was a cash spender. That experience taught me a lot about the value of money because you actually had it in your hands, and once it was gone, or whether you actually did a good job in not spending so much, you actually had a lot of money left. So that was a really great experience. I no longer do it now because I have developed that self-control of not overspending, and I did want to make my life a little bit easier by just using a credit card. So to be successful in budgeting, I believe you need to have great tools. So I have my wallet here that keeps my spending trackers and then also all of my credit cards. I use my mobile app for my bank on my iPad and also on my phone so I can stay up to date with what's happening in my account. And then I also use the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. I highly recommend it. It is so easy. I just love the simplicity of how she created it, and it just makes it so easy for people that are paycheck by paycheck budgeters. And it's also good if you're also a monthly budgeter as well, because it does work for that as well. But I just absolutely love it, and I'll link it down below. And then that's about it that I use for my tools. I like to say as simple as possible, because being a coach and also working at a school, I am busy. Like, there's no 9 to 5 when you work in the educational field. You're just always on the go, trying to help your students and also trying to help your athletes. So I'm pretty busy, so I like to keep how to budget really simple, so I'm not stressing out about getting that done. Moving on, let's talk about my accounts. So I have 2 accounts, and I bank with a credit union in Arizona. I chose a credit union because they do not have that many fees like the big banks like Wells Fargo or Chase and things like that, which I really like because that means more money in my pocket. So how I do it is I have 2 accounts, like I already said. The first account is where my check goes to, and then I also have savings accounts attached to that, which I make into digital cash envelopes and divide up my living expenses. Then my second account is for my sinking funds, so I'll transfer whatever money I need to over there. So everything is digital. I don't like carrying cash. I'll only take out cash if I know I'm going to some place that only accepts cash. But that's how I like to do it. So it's just simple. Everything is also tracked. Sometimes I do forget to track on my spending trackers, so I really like it that it's on my card because it automatically will show up in my app. All I have to do is just go over to my app, look it up, write it down, and then I'm good to go, which is really cool. So now let's talk about the beginning of the month. So before the next month comes, on my second paycheck, I like to map out what will be happening in the next month. So I'll be planning out when I'm getting paid, plan out all of my bills, plan out if there's birthdays, going on a trip, anything like that. I get it started before the month shows up, so I'm not scrambling and behind. I just like prepping early, so I kind of know, okay, this is where this needs to go if my check is this amount, because sometimes my check varies because I am an hourly employee. I don't have a salary, so it varies per the hours that I work, which is interesting to navigate, but I'm pretty good at navigating it, and it works out for me planning ahead. Now in between checks, it's pretty simple. All I do is make sure I track my spending. The reason why I don't use an app, which I tried out, is just it wasn't as efficient as I liked it to be. I just like paper because I could write it down real fast, and if I forget it, oh well, because I already know it's tracked because I'm a card spender, which has saved me a lot. But I just like using my spending trackers because it's just easier that way, and I still like paper even though I'm pretty digital. And then at the end of the month, what I started in June is tallying up how much I spent for the month. So I'm in July of 2021 now, and this will be my second time tracking all my spending for the month. So it's been interesting doing that because I've never done that before in the, I want to say, 4 years I've been budgeting. I learned this from the budget mom. She says it's very important to know where your money is going so you can always make adjustments and like meet your goals and things like that. So that's the reason why I wanted to try it, and it was very interesting to see. I spend a lot of money on food. Like, it's amazing how much money I spend on food. Nothing else. No shoes, no clothes, no other stuff. It's food. Like, food is my kryptonite. And, well, not kryptonite. It's actually my pleasure. But it's just like, why do you spend so much money on food, Jessica? I don't get it. I am trying to get better at doing that because a lot of money goes. If you would know the number, you would be like, Jessica, seriously, like, come on, girl. But I'm trying to get it together, I promise you. But other than that, that's pretty much it. To close out this video, I want to just say budgeting is very personable, I would say. So what I mean by that is what works for like the budget mom or the other budgeting gurus may not work for you because it didn't work for me. Bits and Pieces did, and I did learn a lot from them, and I love them dearly because they have helped me so much in my journey. But over time, I had to figure out that's not going to work for me. I'm in a different stage in my life than they are. I don't have certain responsibilities that they have, and my lifestyle is just different. In my opinion, you really need to create a budget that goes with your lifestyle. So if you're really on the go, you need to develop a system that it's easy. It's like it's as fast as your life takes you. So your budget shouldn't be, oh, I have to budget for 3 hours if you don't have time to do that. I also think that budgeting, it takes time. And when people say, oh yeah, I'm on a budget, I feel like they turn that word into something negative, where a budget is really just a guideline of where your money is supposed to go. Because at the end of the day, you're in charge of your money. If you want to go buy those Jordans, then go buy those Jordans. Just budget out the money to purchase those Jordans without having to go into debt. That's just how I like to budget, because it's just like, you work so hard at whatever job you do or however you make your money, and if you're not going to be able to enjoy it, then what's the point of working? Like, we live in a society, it's all gimme, 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 I want it, let me buy it. But I like to live my life with spending money with purpose. So I know there's that whole I guess community of people that like to be minimalists, and then there's people that have the frugal living. I feel like I'm right in between that, because I like luxury stuff just like everybody else, but I also know that luxury stuff can always be bought at a discounted rate, or you can work the system to get the best price you can. So I am definitely bougie on a budget, as my mom likes to say all the time, and that's just what works for me. It definitely took a long time to get to where I am, and every month and every day I'm learning something new of how to budget, how to better my budget and things like that. And now I'm really working on not stressing out about money. So what I mean by that is, for some reason, I have a fear of not having enough. I don't know why I do, because all my life I've been very blessed and always had or always made a way to get whatever needed to be gotten done. And for some reason, I just have that fear of not having enough. I think maybe it was because I had a single mom, so she was always doing it on her own, and I'm the same exact way. Since I'm like, if my mom can do it, then I can do it too. I don't need any help, blah, blah, blah. But I'm realizing now that money is a tool. It's not life. Like, you still need to live life. So I've been really focusing on budgeting to live life and not just pay bills and save. I'm starting to budget really to live life, because I am only 23. There's a lot of things I want to do before I have my family and buy a house and things like that. And at the moment, I wasn't doing those things that met my goals. So that's where I'm at with budgeting, is just really being mindful and spending with purpose and saying yes to more events. I just gotta plan it out and maybe not spend so much money on food. Then I could be going out a lot more. But it's, like I said, it's a journey. I'm learning something new every day, every month, and I love budgeting. It's really changed my life for the better and really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I wasn't exposed to. And that's why I created this channel, is to maybe help somebody else who's not into budgeting, or maybe just started their journey, to show them that you can do it. It's gonna take time, and it'll be okay at the end of the day, that you'll figure it out. So that's about it. I think I'm rambling on a little bit too much, but thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, be you, stay true, be original ink. I'll see you guys in the next video.